What is good, guys? Farmer SAMMIT here. This is actually my track day hat. I normally wear this every summer when I'm going to track events because the sun just kills you. But today we're actually working on the Skyline. And the reason for that is, as you know, I'm doing my first ever competition this weekend. It's a Drift Kingdom, Nikko Circuit, the Beginner Challenge. And I'm a little bit concerned about my IATs and how quickly everything heat soaks in my engine bay, especially when my car's standing still and I know I'm gonna be in line waiting to go, and I don't want my car to heat up super, super hot and have like 70, 60 degree IATs to then get off, you know, the line, and you know what I'm trying to say. So we've got some remedies to try and help with my IATs and prevent heat soak. Let me show you. All right, so I'm gonna run you through pretty much why I have so many bad heat soaking issues. This is very common actually with Skylines with this kind of intercooler setup, especially people who aren't running a forward-facing plenum yet. So with this whole crossover pipe here, this is supposed to be your cold side feeding into the engine, and with exhaust manifold, turbo, downpipe and everything there radiating a whole bunch of heat, and it's hitting my actual cold side here, heating all of that up, as well as, you know, intake pipe, the hot side, everything there is just cooking. So that's pretty much my main issue, and we're going to try a few remedies to fix that. The first thing is, I'll actually show you what we got here. We got that kind of stick-on like heat-proofing tape stuff. So this has a couple layers of titanium fiberglass and then like the alloy top on it. So that's going to prevent, you know, try to reflect a bunch of heat and try and stop it from heat soaking the intercooler pipes. So we're going to wrap all of that in there. I've also got this for my downpipe. This is a titanium exhaust header wrap stuff. We got metal zip ties plus a whole bunch of mechanics wire to kind of like fit everything on there. So I'm going to go through and smash all of that out. The other thing I wanted to show you that we're going to be doing today is we're going to fix these fuel lines. I've noticed that this fuel line off the regulator and this fuel line going from the regulator back down to the tank has got some nasty kind of cracks in there, if you can see that. And that's just not okay. So we're going to fix that before anything dangerous happens, because that's a nightmare waiting to happen. So cue the time lapse and let's get this thing done. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. I've done this whole piece here, and my method was just cutting strips that wrapped all the way around it. Obviously, you got a few bends there, so you do have to overlap in certain areas, but that turned out really, really well. I've now got the J-pipe off. It's obviously really important. You would have seen me in the time lapse hitting everything with some brake and parts cleaner, just to get as much dirt and grease off it as you can, so that the stuff will stick to it. So that's what I'm going to do now, is clean up this J-pipe, try and get as much dirt and grease off it as possible, and then I'll wrap that out of the car, and then I'm going to wrap these two pieces here, and then I'll do the fuel lines and we'll go from there. But what I'm going to do is clean this off out here, and then I'm going to go inside and wrap it, because it's just way too freaking hot out here. I am completely dripping in sweat. Yeah, it's another 42 degrees Celsius day, so pretty crazy out here. So I'm back outside now, and I got all of the piping wrapped, ready to put back in. So I'm going to do that now, and then once I've got all of that done, I'll get on to replacing those two fuel hoses. I've got to hurry though, because me and May want to duck out real quick, and then we've got a package coming tonight, which is also car related. So lots of fun stuff happening. So I'm going to quickly smash this out as quick as I can, put you guys on the time lapse, and we'll go from there. Check out these hoses, right? They are so shot, and I had no idea that they were this bad. Not sure if you can see that. Hang on, let me just get the camera to focus on it. There we go, all focused now. This was the return line off the fuel pressure regulator, and then this was off the return line to the fuel pressure regulator from the fuel rail. Had no idea it was that bad. And you couldn't even see this because this was the backside of the hose. But it's weird because internally it's fine, it's just the outside. So I'm not sure why it did that. Like, look at that there. It's so bad. It's kind of scary. I wonder if it like this stuff is, it was, I don't know, I don't understand it. It's fuel, like OK hose. It's meant for gas. It's, you know, Bridgestone XL, I don't know, man. High pressure fuel hose. So no idea what the deal is there, but this time Oka-chan hooked me up. He Gave me a few meters of this stuff, which is 400 series hose, 7.9 millimeter, and this stuff's good for even E85, so we should be fine with this stuff. So new fuel lines are all sorted out. Did the nice little zip tie trick there with the little space there, so looking all spiffy. And just another look at this hose, man. Like, I cannot get over like what happened to this. Is just absolutely ridiculous. Wait for it to focus. Come on. Come on, G7X Mark III. There we go. Look at that. So glad we caught it when we did, because that was just a disaster waiting to happen. So I'm going to quickly pack everything up now, and then we're going to go for a rip, because me and May got some errands to run. And during that, I'm going to be able to see if my IATs have actually gone down a little bit, especially when I pull up to like a red light and things are just sitting there and cooking with no airflow. So pretty interested to see if it's going to have any great effect, because I mean, like, it's not like super cheap, this stuff. And all the time that I've just spent doing that, if I only got like 1 or 2 degree difference, I'd kind of be a bit annoyed. But, you know, experimenting, this is science, it's what we do. So, let's pack everything up, go for a rip. Before I go for this drive, I want to make sure that when I prime the fuel pump, there's no gas leaks. So, we got fuel pressure there, about 2 bar, no fuel leaks anywhere. We're good, should crank now. Oh, straight away. God, I love this car. The ever reliable 33.4. All right, let's go for a drive and hope that all of this wasn't in vain. So I'm just sitting here after about a 10-minute drive, and we're at operating temperature here, if you can see that, 82 degrees. And we're, IATs are sitting at 47 degrees. Now, previously in this same scenario, when I would come to a stop like this and wait for 10 minutes, my IATs would creep up to, like, you know, while the car's idling, to like 69 degrees, even worst case, like 72 on a really hot day. And we haven't even gotten into 50s. So this has made like easily 20 degrees difference. I'm really happy about that. And I'm really interested to know what it's gonna be like on a super hot day. Now, it has gotten a little bit cooler because it's nighttime, but it is still about 36 degrees outside Celsius. So it's still really, really hot. So we're doing pretty good. Pulling in for a sneaky Starbucks run. God, drive-thrus are way too convenient. So I've now been beating on this for about 30-40 minutes, and my IATs are drastically different. A lot cooler than what they used to be. One other thing I want to try to get them down even more when the car's moving is I want to move my number plate from the center of the front bar to the side. I think that's going to have a huge effect as well with getting more air into my intercooler. But otherwise, like when I stop at a red traffic light, it only creeps up by like 5 degrees. And before I'd see it creep up to like 60 from 40. So easily a 20 degree difference, like I said, but what I was seeing before when I just went for a small 10-minute drive. So really, really happy with the results and kind of shocked actually. I really didn't expect to see such a massive change from just wrapping all of my intercooler piping and everything like that with the heat proofing tape. There's still a lot more things that I can do to try and keep heat down in the engine bay. Like I didn't wrap the down pipe yet, so I got to get in there and do that. And I mean, I don't know if you can put a turbo beanie on a turbo with an exhaust housing that's internally gated. I feel like if you go to put that on there, it might get stuck or something on the actuator. So I'll look into that, but that's also another idea to try and keep temps down. But already I've seen such a massive difference. And just remember, the lower and lower that your temps stay, essentially the more dense your air is and the bigger hit the boost is. So that's kind of what you want with the whole, like, you know, sinking in your chair feeling and all that type of stuff. But obviously very important in drifting so that your IATs stay down low. So yeah, I think today's been very, very, very successful. Just from wrapping pipes, who would have known? So yeah, if any of you guys have a very similar setup to mine and you don't mind spending, like, you know, anywhere from $50 to $100 on some heat proofing wrap, definitely get into it. It seems to have made quite a difference. Anyways, I'm gonna focus on driving, get home, and we'll wrap things up there. Okay, so back home, and I have to say, I'm actually really, really pumped that I was finally able to get all of that heat shielding stuff on my car that's been sitting in a box for like the last month or even more longer, I'm pretty sure. because every time I went to do it, something came up. I mean, sure, the weather wasn't that great for me to do it out in the driveway today, but who cares? I got it done. For all of you guys wondering, in the States, it was like 103 Fahrenheit today in the shade, and then like the feels like temperature because of humidity. Here in Japan, it's like always 100% humidity. It's insane, so it actually feels like it's a lot hotter than it is. I'm sure you guys know about that. I know in Florida, like Chris was talking a bit about that. But yeah, anyways, crazy hot day. We got it done, and the results speak for themselves. I'd actually like to hear some of you guys, like if you have any ideas or anything that you can put in the comment section of ways to get my IOTs down. As I said, I want to move my number plate to get some more airflow through there when my car's moving. But while my car's stationary, I mean, like the biggest thing that I'm thinking of is if I change to a different exhaust manifold and we actually wrap that as well, or we get it ceramic coated. The other options is, you know, hood vents. A carbon fiber hood with a massive vent is going to get a lot of that heat out of there. Also the hood spaces that I want to put in there and bring the back of it up so that when I'm moving forward, all the air pushes out and goes over the windshield and over the car. There's a lot of other little things that you can do that can make, like when they all stack up, make a huge difference. Especially even at drift events. Like I'm even considering at the drift competition, depending on how hot it is that day, I may take out my left headlight just to get some air in there where the pod filter is. But yeah, anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. S15 content tomorrow. I actually am trying to get all of this done as soon as I can so I can be in bed by 11 o'clock because I have to be up at 5:30 to beat the traffic to get to the other side of Tokyo to where Yashio factory is so that I'm there for 9 a.m. nice and bright and early for Oka-chan, because tomorrow is just going to be a full-on day. It's like S15 content, getting that car to the point where we can start drifting it. I'm so excited because at this rate it looks like it's going to be done very, very soon, and it's happening way faster than I thought it was. It's insane. Anyways guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Catch you in the next one. Ciao, mata.